Welcome to Cinema Talk, a place where you can get unfiltered discussion of opinions about cinema and television. I'm your host, Trayvon, and with me, as always, is my co-host.
It's Benny Boy. What up, y'all?
What's going on, guys? We have a great episode for you guys this week. Episode 6. Episode 6. 6 is my favorite number, so this episode has to be extra special. We have a lot of great, exciting weekly news stories to get to, so let's go ahead and get right into them, Ben. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, first things first. Pretty interesting stuff coming about this Fast and Furious thing. A lot of cool things coming out of it. Luke Hobbs, The Rock's character in the film, is now apparently he's set to get a spin-off film. Now, there's been rumors about it for a while, but I guess now it's officially in production, and apparently Jason Statham is going to be a main character in the film as well. What do you think about that?
It'll probably be better than the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it's got the two best characters from the Fast and Furious movies. We'll see who joins on to direct and stuff, and maybe the Rock will direct it himself. Who knows?
Maybe he's never directed a film before. He might want to get into that.
He'd be good at it.
Yeah. He's done a lot of work behind the camera as far as a producer and whatnot goes. So sure, it'd be something cool for him to pick up. But yeah, it sounds interesting. They don't have a release date for it yet necessarily, but I'm assuming it'll probably be within the next 2 years or so. But yeah, good for The Rock, I guess. Another darn film. That guy he never sleeps, does he? He never does.
Literally.
Literally. Good for him. And it's always nice to see Jason Statham get work. It's always nice to see that. All right, our next news story. Jeff Goldblum is joining Jurassic World 2.
Woo!
Wow, that's some pretty big news. That's some pretty big news.
He needed it.
He did. Jurassic World 2 is currently shooting, and I guess they're bringing back a character from the original trilogy, which is nice. I like that.
You wanted to bring back
Sam Neill, yeah. I do hope maybe if he does come back this one, maybe he'll come back in the third one. I do hope he comes back at some point because he was my favorite Jurassic Park character rather. But yeah, Jeff Goldblum is great. I'm happy to see him coming back. I think while Independence Day Resurgence was a bad film, I think it restarted his career because he went from that. Now he's in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, he wasn't horrible in it.
Yeah, he did that. Then he's in Thor Ragnarok. Now he's gonna be in this. He's getting big roles again. I'm good for it. It's good for him. Kind of gave him a little kick boost there. That's nice. So yeah, you excited about this?
I am. I'm excited that they brought back a really good character. He's a solid character. He was really funny, Jeff Goldblum's comedy in movies is pretty classic. It's like it's so straight faced. You're just like you gotta laugh at it. So I think that he's definitely he's a good character to bring back for sure. And I'm excited to see him and Chris Pratt bounce off each other.
Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. All right, our last week news story: the live-action Lion King film, some casting news has been announced. Of course, we already know Jon Favreau is going to be directing, which already sold me on the film. But we now have the casting for the main characters. Simba will be played by none other than Donald Glover.
Boom.
Donald Glover as Simba. That's pretty impressive.
There you go. He's getting work.
That's true. Seth Rogen is going to be playing Pumbaa. Believe that or not. I was like, wow, good for that. A lot of people were fans of Pumbaa, and Timon. Were you big fans of them as a kid?
They're all right.
Yeah. They're pretty iconic. Yeah. I think they got their own TV show for a while. Right?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon or something.
I didn't watch it.
No one did. And then, of course, lastly, James Earl Jones was cast as Mufasa, that's just a given.
Coming back as Darth Vader, baby.
I mean, because I wouldn't have accepted if anyone else did. They're like, oh, we're casting someone else. I'd be like, no, it's James Earl Jones.
Liam Neeson.
No.
Be Mufasa.
No, Liam Neeson. It has to be James Earl Jones. Okay, you can't have Mufasa without him.
Yeah, you really can't.
I'm excited to see him in a motion capture shoot, though. That sounds hilarious. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
It's gonna be darn tootin' interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah. But
Oh yeah, and Billy Eichner is as Timo.
Oh yeah, I was gonna leave him out.
Right. He deserves a name.
I don't even know who he is.
Me neither.
Is he? If you know who he is, good for you. I don't.
Is there, and I'm just guessing here, some kind of medication that you maybe need a lot of and have taken none of, or maybe too much of today?
Oh, I have a medical condition, all right. It's called caring too much, and it's incurable.
It's a white guy in some Cameron Diaz movie.
That's a lot. That's a lot of people.
There you go.
All right, there you go. Those are our weekly news stories. Some pretty interesting things. On next to our movie reviews. Now, Ben, he took it easy this week. He was doing some things. He didn't see too many movies.
Yeah, I was really busy this week. Sorry, guys.
He was very busy. So I have a few movies I saw this week. Some pretty big movies. And I'm going to go ahead and give a nice, detailed review of those. So allow me to have the floor.
Be my guest.
So first movie I'm going to be reviewing was a film that was pretty big. It made a lot of money. It came out in February. Pretty controversial as well. And that's Get Out. The film Get Out, when I heard about it, I wasn't really looking too forward to it. In case you didn't know this, which I'm sure you didn't, I am an African American man, and so
What?
what?
You are?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Because I'm freaking blind.
I guess you've never seen my face before. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you always wear this sack.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
We have a weird relationship. Never
Yeah.
mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I like to hide my. Don't worry about it.
I interrupted you, my bad.
It's fine. But yeah, so you know, as an African American man, I was like, this film, you know, it looks interesting, but I want to make sure. I feel like it might go down the wrong path. And I was pleasantly surprised that it actually was a really good film. I think I liked about it a lot was that it has a lot of good commentary. Sorry, me in English, on just like certain situations that black men, I'm not going to say African American all the time, that black men get into in certain ways, like for instance, like people who are still somewhat not sure how to talk to like a black person, correct? Like there's a scene in the film where he's at like a huge party where at his girlfriend's house, and there's a bunch of guests coming, and I guess like all of them, of course, later on we found out there's something wrong with everyone, but like they're somewhat like they're trying to be so like cool and like relatable to the black person that they like go overboard with it. There's like, oh, you know, like a huge big line in the film was, oh, I would have voted for Obama a third time if I could, and he's just like, okay, why are you telling me that? And they're like, oh, did you see that basketball game? And he's like, no. And they're like, what? And then like one guy's like, man, if you really worked your body, dude, with your genetic buildup, you'd be a beast in UFC. And he's like, what? He's like, what the heck does that even mean? So it's a thing. Like when you're black, everyone thinks you play sports, and everyone thinks you love Obama for some reason. So it's just a thing. But it's funny, you know. And the thing is, like, it's not necessarily their fault. Like you can't blame them for it. Cause they have good intentions. They're trying to relate to you, but it's just sometimes their way of going about it doesn't always. And I've been in that situation in real life before, so I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it's a good cast overall. Daniel Kaluuya, I learned how to say his name just for this review because he deserved it. He did a great job. Allison Williams, who plays his girlfriend, did a good job. It's a really, you can tell Jordan Peele, who directed and wrote this film, he's a student of film, and he does a really good job with a lot of great camera work and a really, really solid script, I think. Now the twist, of course, you know, we're gonna get into some spoiler talk here. So if you haven't seen it or you know something like that, then you better click away for a few minutes. But so basically the spoilers that this community of older white people are kidnapping black people and are putting their minds into the black person's body. Don't ask me how. I don't even know if that's possible, but that's what they're doing. Because the white mind is superior and the black body is superior, so those things together like form the perfect human. That's basically what they're saying. So, and that's what this poor guy's got himself into. And also, his girlfriend is also with her family this whole time, and she's like sort of a bait to like draw in people. Like she dates someone for a few months, then brings it back, and then they take him. Yeah, that's basically what she does. And she's done this like dozens of times before. So it's pretty cool. I was like, okay, that's a little scary. You know, it's a good movie. I think the last 15 minutes become really, really gruesome. For the most part, the film's not really gory. You know, it's not, you really don't see anything that crazy. But the last 10 minutes are just like gore fest almost. You're just like, good lord. All right. But you know, hey, it's a horror film. I guess you had to have some. But which really, to be fair, I don't think this is much of a horror film. It's more of a thriller. It's more of like a dark comedy thriller in my opinion. But whatever they label it as. But overall, I think it's a good film. I like it. And I would advise anyone who's into movies like this, I think would check it out. And I think you'd really like it. So yeah, that's Cadet. On to my next film. I saw it's a smaller film as well. I'm sure no one listening to this has ever heard of it. It's called XX, and basically it's a horror anthology film, which basically it has 4 small short horror films, and they combine them all into one film, basically. Kind of somewhat like American Horror Story, you know what I mean? And so each film, and the thing about this, like each film was directed by a female director, and they're all written by female writers. So that was like a big thing for this film. So it's 4 horror stories altogether. I personally didn't like any of them. The first one is like called The Box, I think, and like this woman and her kids are on a train, and this guy like shows this kid a box, and like they all start like starving themselves to death. I don't really know what the premise of it was. That's all I got. They're only about 15 minutes long, and they don't give you no explanation of what's going on whatsoever. But I guess the box was cursed. All right. The second one I think was something about a birthday party and a clown. I don't even remember the second one. The third one was basically The Darkness, just bad, which is worse. They were like
The Darkness was bad.
No, but it was worse.
Oh.
I mean, like it's like these like campers like in like some Indian like burial grounds or something, and like this Indian demon like came and killed them or something, and I was like, what? All right. And then the last one was like I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's a bad film. Don't watch it. Even if you're a horror fan, it's not worth your time. But that's what I'm here for. I watch movies, so you don't have to. All right. Last but not least, we have a pretty big film. This film I saw. This film is it's pretty big. I'm gonna give a nice detailed review of it. It's called 50 Shades Darker. Of course, the sequel to the film 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I saw 50 Shades of Grey when it came out. I wasn't a big fan. I don't think it's that good of a movie. I didn't like it. You know, I thought there were a lot of problems. But, you know, what you gonna do? But the sequel, I have to say, I don't think was as bad. Believe it or not, I think it was somewhat of an improvement. I still don't think it was like a great movie. It wasn't really a good movie either. But I don't think it was bad. I think they improved on some of the mistakes they did in the first film. So let's discuss some of them. I mean, I will admit this though: the soundtrack for the first film is much better. The soundtrack for this film is boring, but the soundtrack for the first film is amazing. I love that soundtrack. Anyway, it's a side note. But let's go to the acting first and foremost. For the first film, the acting is somewhat bad. In this film, it's a little bit better. Jamie Dornan, however you say his name, the guy that plays Christian Grey, whatever, he can't. He's tried. I've seen him in other things as well. He can't act. He's not an actor, and he can't deliver a piece of dialogue to save his freaking life. It's so bad. And that's the thing. His character has so many stupid lines. That's one thing. We'll get into the writing later on. But there's so many stupid lines that his character has to give, and he just says them terribly. So he just, like, maybe if they were said at the right way, then they wouldn't sound so bad. But the way he says them just makes them even worse. You're just like, oh, what am I watching? But, you know, I've always thought Dakota Johnson did fine. I thought she did okay in the film. And I still think she did it here as well. Kim Basinger also does a great job in this film. Well, to be fair, she's in the film for all of about 5 minutes. I think they could have used her a little bit more, but whatever. Yeah, acting overall, it's not terrible. But the writing, now, I'm not proud to admit this, but I've read all 3 of the 50 Shades books, and I guess maybe it was a while ago. The second book, I don't remember being this boring, like, because this film, the premise of this film is literally them dating, literally watching these two people date and do other things that I'm not going to discuss too much. But that's literally it. That's literally this entire film. There's no premise whatsoever. There's no character arc. There's no development whatsoever. It's just that. It's like, at least the first film had a premise. Like, it was like, okay, you knew what was happening. It was setting up to something, and it was a climax in the film. There was no like climax scene. There was no one, you know, first, second, and third act. It was just dating. It was just them just in a relationship. And I was like, what? I feel like that's not really a movie. I guess it is. And like every scene was just setting up to get to the next bedroom scene. Every scene. It was like, all right, this is doing this to do this, that way they can get here. They're doing this to do this, that way they can go back here. Basically this whole film is just trying to set up to get back to that same scene. And there's like 9 of them. So if that makes you uncomfortable, then this is not a film to take your mother to, that's for sure. So yeah, and yeah, speaking of that, this film's a lot more graphic than the first film as well. The first one I was like, you know what, that wasn't that bad. I've seen worse in PG-13 films before, for being honest. All right, but this one I would say no, thank you. This was a much more graphic. So yeah, lock the children away before you watch this one, because this is a bad one. It is, but overall, you know, it is what it is. I guess, like, if I'm gonna talk spoilers, which I don't really know what would be spoilers, like the whole. Like in the trailer, they show like him getting in a helicopter crash, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happens there. I don't even remember that from the book. He gets in the crash, and then like his girlfriend's like, oh no, I wonder if he's okay, and then he just walks in. He's like, oh, I'm fine. And then I'm like, what? How did he even? What? How? Okay, all right. Christian Grey apparently is immortal. He just gets in a helicopter crash and just walks out of it just fine. I was like, all right, and just walks home. Apparently, he's in like freaking Cambodia or something. Whatever. I don't know about that, but all right. Apparently, helicopter crashes don't faze him. So yeah, there was really no reason whatsoever for that scene. Like, because afterwards, then it's just like never discussed again. It's like there was no reason it was even there. But oh well. They're setting up for the third film. I know what happens in the third one. I'm not really looking forward to it. But you know, I say that this film at least was somewhat of an improvement over the first movie. And at least maybe if they can continue to improve, maybe the third one won't be bad either. Well, we can only hope that much. But we only have one more. we can be happy about that. At least we don't have like 5 more, you know, something like we only have 1 more, and it'll be over soon, right? So, yeah, there you go. That's 50 Shades Darker. Should you see it? Probably not. But if that's it, if that's your kind of thing, then what the heck, get on Redbox or something. I don't know. But there you go. All right, that's the end of our movie reviews. Now on to our trailer reviews. So Ben, we have some pretty big trailer reviews.
We do.
And what is our first one?
Our first one is Being, your most anticipated movie of the year. The sneak peek dropped for it with the frame by frame.
Yes.
Setting up. All right, relax. Setting up for the trailer.
Yes.
Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
This was one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
All right. Better than the Civil War trailer?
Better than the Twilight trailer. Yes, that's what you said, right? Yeah. Yes. This was an amazing trailer. I was so pumped up for this. And when I was like just falling out of my darn chair watching, I was like, oh, there's everything I've ever wanted. Because it didn't give away a lot, but it showed you just enough. That's what every trailer should be, just like this. It showed you enough to say, whoa, this looks good. But it didn't like just splatter you with the entire film. Like, we still don't even know fully what the film's completely about. That's the thing. Like,
it brought you some nostalgia from the first film.
Yeah.
You know, it put you through some new things that they're bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, you know, it brought back a character. And
it did.
It's
and I was
a
like,
great
yes.
pace trailer as well.
It is. It's really, really good. I'm really happy about this. It looks really well. The whole film looks really awesome. That scene where he like jumps over the door like in the car thing with the slow motion, that's pretty cool.
Confused.
I was like, okay,
what?
That's pretty darn
He's
cool.
Spider-Man now?
Yeah, and that guy like the crazy like arm thing that like stretches out. It looks pretty crazy. It looks pretty crazy. I like the way the statesmen look as well. They look very like cowboy, which I like. I like.
Looks cool. Looks cool.
And they have like the Indiana Jones whips and whatnot. That'd be pretty cool.
I'm excited for Channing Tatum and
Halle Berry.
Yeah, and
Jeff Bridges as well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Jeff Bridges.
That should be pretty cool. And I will say we didn't get to see the villain very much, which is Julianne Moore's character, Poppy, I believe is her name. We don't get to see her very much, but we did see her a lot in the sneak peek. So I guess.
And that may be a good thing.
Yeah,
they're hiding her. She may be a terrifying person. So
That's true. That's true.
They don't want to scare you.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited for it. Yes, Kingman's the Golden Circle. Oh, I freaking cannot wait till September. I'm so excited for that movie. All right.
Our next one.
Next trailer.
The second? No.
Oh, this is the first official one, actually.
The first official one for Cars 3. Now, I believe you guessed the premise of this movie before it came out.
I did.
If I remember correctly.
I did.
Yeah.
I said, well, I think what's going to happen is that after the crash, it's like some rookie's going to like take one back. Oh, I'll train you to get back and better because some new guy's coming in and he's going to be way faster. And then Lightning McQueen's gonna be like, oh, well, after that crash, I'm damaged, but I'm sure I'll find a way to get back up there. And then that's what this trailer showed. And I was like, all right.
Now, I think that this is basically like a backstory for Owen Wilson's acting career.
He got in a bad crash. Who was the rookie that brought up Ben Stiller?
Sure. Yeah. I just wanted to say that.
I thought Ben Stiller would be Mater, actually.
Yeah.
Like, he was on the
Ben
side of them, and then
Stiller's
he just died out. Yeah, and then he just died out. That's pretty good.
I'm excited. It looks pretty good. It looks better than the second one.
That's true.
The second one was really
weird.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be too hard to be better than the second one. Yeah.
It was weird. But, I don't know. Hopefully they'll impress us again with another Cars movie. I like Lightning McQueen. I love Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good.
Our third trailer is a pretty scary trailer to me, especially because I am not a shark person.
He's not. He cried so much watching The Shallows.
There's a movie. I did not. I enjoyed The Shallows.
Okay.
But that was mainly because of Blake Lively.
Anyway, this movie,
47 Meters Down.
Yes.
Now this movie looks freaking terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna watch it, and Trayvon's probably gonna have to hold me in the theater because I'm gonna be scared. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna face my fears. You know, It's about two sisters that they go diving in Barbados or whatever in a shark cage. You know, just to see. Now, of course, the shark cage breaks and they drop down 47 meters, and they're gonna run out of air, and they basically have to get back up to the boat through this school of like gigantic 42 great white sharks or something, and it looks freaking terrifying because the water's dark, and then I hate scenes like that where they're just like looking around, and I guarantee you that a shark's just gonna come out of nowhere and scare the bejesus out of me. I thought that the trailer did very well because we don't know if anyone dies. We know that someone gets bit, obviously, which is bound to happen, but we don't know if someone dies. So I don't know. I'm excited. Hopefully, it's not trash.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, I've always said I feel like there's more shark movies than there are like actual shark attacks that happen in real life. It's a funny thing. Like, but they make them look pretty scary. I think it looks good. It's an interesting concept. I don't think it's something that's been, fully done for. My favorite shark film, if not, I would say Jaws, but that's an obvious. So I guess not counting Jaws, because I love that film, probably be Deep Sea, which is what that couple, I think that was the name of it, right? Where that couple was like lost out in the ocean and then they both got eaten by sharks.
I don't think I've seen that.
You haven't? It's a really good movie. I think it's called Deep Sea. I'm not 100% sure, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. It's a great movie. I like that a lot. It's very dark, and I'm hopefully this film will be a little bit more happier. It won't, but hey, it's a shark film. Two
Scary.
girls, sharks. Let's hope if they get eaten, it goes by fastly.
There you
So
go.
it won't hurt too much. All right, so we have a lot of TV shows to get to because
do.
TV shows finally came back.
Yes.
They were gone for a while. Now they're finally back.
And they had some pretty darn good premieres, or mid-season premiere, I guess.
Yeah, some bringbacks. Yeah, should be pretty good. First thing first, Gotham.
Gotham.
Sorry. We left on a pretty big note with the whole Jerome thing. And the whole Bruce Wayne and whatnot. That was
And
pretty
Penguin
good.
getting shot in the gut.
Yeah, that's true. So this episode, I thought it was pretty good. What do you think?
I'm excited, dude. I really like the Riddler in Gotham. And I know everybody's like, oh, the Riddler is such a stupid villain. What is he going to do, tell you a riddle and then run away? But this show is bringing him up to be pretty bad A. And I'm excited because myself, I'm big on costumes and suits and stuff. Like, I love, nostalgic stuff. And when he got his full green suit and it looked so cool, I was so excited. I was like, yes! And then it's cool how he was imagining Penguin, hallucinating him, and I'm excited for that, to see how that rises. There wasn't much of Jerome at all, basically, in this, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him. And then the Bruce Wayne thing, it's getting to be an exciting show, with the Court of Owls and stuff. So,
yeah. It's looking pretty good. I'm excited for it. This Bruce Wayne clone thing, I don't know if I'm all for that, but what the heck? It's a storyline.
Yeah,
moving it on.
It'll be interesting.
Jim Gordon was in this episode very much. He was dealing with his uncle or whatever. Yeah, so we'll see how that.
He's apparently a bad guy.
Apparently, but also is secretly working for the good guy. It's a thing. It's a thing. I'm excited for it, and it should be good. But Ben, he's gonna leave the room right now because I'm gonna talk about a show that he hasn't watched yet. He's catching up on it. He hasn't seen it yet, so. I'm going to talk about this by myself. I said a few weeks ago that I was going to make sure I covered or reviewed the series finale of Bates Motel, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. I love this show. And it came to an end this past week. And man, was it a hard episode to watch. But it was amazing, though. I mean that in a great way. It's a really good show. I mean, overall, let's just look at the show as a whole. It's really interesting. I really like this show a lot. Because I'm a huge Psycho fan. Huge Psycho. It's one of my, as you guys know, in my top 10, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And when I heard about the show, I was really excited for it. And I think they've done a really, really good job with bringing what Alfred Hitchcock made, to bringing it to make more sense, I guess you could say, to even making the Psycho film look even better almost. But the thing I also love about the show is that it doesn't stay true. It doesn't stick to what Psycho did. Because, the last season is supposed to be adapting the Psycho storyline. But it doesn't. It goes its own way. Goes his own path, and I like that. I think if they would have just done exactly what the film did, we would have known what was going to happen, And I don't really want that. I want something cool. I want something I didn't see coming. And this film, this show, the last episode especially, I did not see coming. And I liked that. All the characters on the show are really great. The acting on the show is so amazing. This is one of the best, most well acted shows on TV. Great writing as well. Great directing. It's just such a really good show. And this episode was pretty crazy. The Sheriff Romero bringing Norman to find Norma's body, and then Norman killing the sheriff. I was like, oh, geez, I was not expecting that. 'Cause I was like, I wonder where this is, how the sheriff's story going to end. I was not expecting that way, and I felt really bad for him. I like the sheriff a lot, and if you think about it, he really is a sort of a victim, all right? Because he fell in love with someone, and then her son killed her, and then he got sent to jail for something, and then trying to break out to bring to try and get revenge for it, and he still gets killed. I was like, man, sheriff's sucked, didn't it? Poor Sheriff Romero. I feel bad for him, but hey, what you gonna do? I guess it's a pretty sad way to go. But Norman just going completely insane and just reliving the very first episode over again, even though it's not the first episode. He's still imagining his mom being alive and all that stuff. It's crazy. But it's so well done. And then, of course, his brother Dylan, who I'm a big fan of, he's a good character. And I felt like in the end, it was going to have to be something between him and Norman was going to have to happen. One of them was going to have to die. That's what I felt like. I was like, one of them, they're both not going to live through this, because I could tell that's just how it's going to end. And by the end, you know, when Dylan is in the house with Norman, and Norman has burnt his mother's dead body and like set her up in the chair, and he's still like talking to her as if she's still alive. It's pretty crazy. And then, you know, Dylan realizes that something has to be done. And, you know, I think Norman, he knew that, I think, because, you know, he did have a strong mental problem, so of course, like, you know, he was very, very in and out of it. But I think you could tell he knew that it was going to have to end. He knew that something, that it was going to only end one way. And, you know, Dylan had his gun, and Norman, when he picked up the knife, you know, he knew, I think he knew that this was the way he needed to go, because, you know, he wanted to be with his mother, and his mother was dead. I guess the only way he knew that would happen is if he himself died as well. So, you know, he launched at Dylan, and Dylan shot him. And it was tough. It was tough. It was a sad moment, but I think Norman, he said thank you, you know, right before he went. I think Norman realized that, you know, this was the only way I was ever going to be with her again. And so that's what he did. And it was really well done. It was really emotional, and I really liked it a lot, though. But I think it was the best ending for the character. You know, like, because, like, I don't know, I didn't want to see Norman go to a mental asylum at the end, or go to jail at the end, or whatever. You know, no, I think that would have been too open-ended. I think this was the best way to end this series, and I think it was done really well, and it was executed really well, and overall just really solid work. Truly tremendous. You know, this show, I've been watching it for, you know, a long time, and, you know, Ben, he's catching up on it. Unfortunately, he didn't get to see the finale because he's still watching season 4. But yeah, you know, it's a great show overall. I'm happy. I love Freddie Highmore as Norman Bates, and I'm happy he's still getting, you know, he has a couple more shows coming up after this that he's going to be doing, so I'm happy he's still getting work because he deserves it. So yeah, there you go. That's my review of Bates Motel. I'm going to miss you. It's hard to say goodbye, but good show overall. Good show. Ben, you're back. Hello.
I'm back.
All right.
What's up? How'd it go?
Went good.
Scare them?
Got very emotional. All right. Yeah. All right.
This is also your next show.
It is. I'm going to talk about Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Whoa. This is probably one of the best storylines that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has ever done. It's such a good storyline. And once again, they're still in the framework. And this episode really made me feel so bad for poor Ward. He's just like, man, you know, why is this woman who I'm in love with, who was in love with me, like, not just like a week ago, now, like, hates my guts for some reason? Because it's not like he didn't really know about, you know, he's not really even sure about the whole other world thing. He thinks that the world he's in is the real world. And he's like, well, I know that once you leave, I'm not going with you. And he's like, well, after you do leave, do you think maybe somehow I'll get my sky back? And she's like, I don't know, dude. Bye. And I was like, man, freaking poor Ward, man. I feel, because, you know, he's my favorite character. I feel bad for him. Sky's just not giving him the time of day, or Daisy, whatever the freaking name is. She's not giving her time of day. What are you going to do? But May, she's working with the good guys now. You know, she gave Sky her powers back in the last episode, and I was like, oh, that's good. But Madam Hydra, she's a tough one to take down, she is. I feel like she still has a lot of damn fits, of course. And his father, it was terrifying. He, like, beat the doctor, like, to death. He did, the Radcliffe brother. I was like, oh, God, poor Radcliffe. But, yeah, his father, he's a good actor. I like that actor a lot as well. He's in Harry Potter. In case you guys didn't know that. That's the biggest reason why I like him. But he's cool. And, yeah, I think it's going really well. I'm excited to see how it all turns out. I don't know how this is going to turn out for everyone. But it's sad that I know, because Trip and Wilbert Ward, who are two of my favorite characters, I know they won't be around when the framework is gone. So it's sad. But at least we get a little bit more time with them before we have to say goodbye to them. So that's always good.
Or maybe they will.
They will what?
I don't know.
Well, they're both dead, so I don't know if they could ever come back. But
all right, well, you never know in this show.
Yeah, that'd be weird to see how it worked, because he was like possessed by an alien creature and then blew up in space. So if he was able to come back, I'd be like, how? And like Trip got like obliterated like right in front of your face, and I was like,
I don't remember who Trip is.
That's yeah.
Anyway,
it's good. He's from the second season. Do you remember that?
The next show that we're reviewing this week that came back was The Flash.
The Flash.
Now, they left us off anticipating this episode pretty darn much, because it was cool, you know. Barry goes into the future, sees how everything has been destroyed after Savitar killed Iris. Barry broke up the team, and then future emo Barry is like scary.
He's like freaking emo and crap. I was like, oh god. I feel it's he doesn't even look like he's aged today though. No. He must be using some good mascara or something.
Yeah.
Good for him.
It's exciting. It was a great episode. It was very dark. I don't want to go too into detail because I want you guys to watch it, because it was a really good episode. But it was just showing. I will tell you this: that they do not know who Savitar is. However, they do find out some things like who teams up with Savitar, and they do get a lead to something to help stop him. But and then the end of the episode, Savitar comes out of his armor, but they don't show you who he is. And Killer Frost teams up with him, and she's like, "Oh, what do you need me to do?" So we're excited to try to figure out who Savitar is. You guys should comment below and tell us who you think it is. Who do you think it is?
Laurel Lance.
That would make sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Ra's al Ghul.
The freak?
I'm just kidding.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like, because I can't, no one makes 100% sense. Whoever it is, they're going to have to explain.
But they did say that Savitar is someone that has been on the show before.
Yeah.
The producers or whoever announced that.
So it's a character we've seen before, yeah.
And we're assuming it's a man.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he had man hair, unless, like, that's a really big woman.
Yeah.
He had, like, a man-built body, but, I mean, you know, it looks good. This is probably one of the best episodes of Flash this season.
Easily.
Yeah. I want that freaking Future Flash suit. Why does the Flash not have that now?
We want it now.
Because that was amazing. I loved the Future Flash outfit. I was like, oh, he looks freaking awesome. We need that now in the show. Because like, I feel like they can't show that to us. They like not have him get it now. Because now we're going to be like, oh, the suit he wears now is lame. I want the new one. I want the future one. That one's
We don't
cool.
want the maroon speedster.
Yeah. It's like, it's nice. And it has like the gold lines on it. I like it a lot. It looks really cool. But, yeah, you know, it's a good episode. We'll see. Next episode, they did say they're going to be, that it's going to be reviewed who it is. Which is about time, because we only have like 4 episodes left in the season. So, yeah, I guess we'll be talking about who it is next week. All right. On to our next show, the best show of all time. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. But Arrow. We're going to talk about Arrow this episode. So, yeah, what do you think of this episode, Ben?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I was excited. Hey, that's pretty good. Sorry. You know, it came back. You know, it excited us. I think that it slowed down definitely a little bit. Then the last few episodes have been pretty intense with Chase and stuff. And, excuse me. Felicity and the Helix had a falling out, and then Oliver and
You know, I'm getting so sick and tired of Felicity. Okay, it is ridiculous. All right, what is she doing? She's going against her own team. If I was Oliver, I swear, arrow right to the eye. All right, arrow right through the eye. Okay, I don't care. I don't care if it's murder. Oliver's murdered before. Doesn't matter. Okay, I don't give a darn, because this is ridiculous. All right, like, are you kidding me? You're just gonna betray your own team for some freaking emo hacker kids? All right, what the heck is this? This is ridiculous. All right? And the fact that she doesn't even apologize for it, she blames Oliver for not trusting her. It's like, oh, well, I don't know. When you're working with a bunch of international criminals, what the heck do you expect me to think? But whatever. You know, Oliver's too nice of a guy. Because he didn't say that. He should have. He's like, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. I'm just going to go drink my 90-year-old whiskey.
But he didn't get a chance to, because Chase apparently was in the building, and he blew them up. And exciting, because the next episode is supposed to be like a prison break type thing, where they're like stuck in the building, and
Felicity's her chip that helps her walk, because it was an EMP apparently, has been disabled, so she can't walk anymore now, and like something gets set on fire. And that's pretty scary. Karma. Yeah, that's what she deserves. If I was Oliver, I'd be like, screw that, good, crawl around.
Anyway, so it was a great episode. Bringing back, we're excited for the next week, and we're gonna go on to our next segment, which is question of the week.
This should be fun.
You ready?
Yeah.
The question is, what is the best DC video game?
The best DC video game, in honor of Injustice 2. I've been making a lot of news this week.
And I believe that you picked Injustice 2's father.
I did. I picked the first Injustice game. I love this game so much. It's you know, the story mode is really great. The multiple player is really great. It's just such a good game. It has a great roster of characters you can play as. I really like the story mode a lot. It's based off the Injustice comic book. Yeah, it's just really cool. It's one of my favorite DC games I've ever played. That's true. I really like it.
I had to pick an Arkham game because I'm a big fan of them all, and it's so hard for me to pick between them. I picked Batman Arkham Knight because that was just the one that I could go for right now. It was really hard to choose. Don't get angry at me, but I really enjoy all the Arkham games. I liked this one because they added in the Batmobile. No, the Batmobile, it was a little tacky. It could have been better. That's for sure. It was a little glitchy and stuff, but the story was really cool. You know, it was a great game. You know, and I'm just excited for the new one that's coming out. I forget what it's called, but I'm excited for the new Arkham game that will be coming out soon.
Yeah.
And I think Injustice is a great game. Don't get me wrong, and I am freaking excited for the second one. I really, really wish it would come out on the computer because I'm a computer gamer myself. But it looks really freaking cool, and I am happy with it. So yeah, good job for DC and their video games. They can do that
good.
right.
They're good.
They're really bad at movies, but
but
their video games and TV shows are all right.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
They're bad. All right, so good for DC. That's our favorite DC video game. On to our most anticipated part of this entire episode. We postponed it from last week because someone wasn't ready. But now we are ready. This week we're prepared, and we're ready to just brawl it out over our debate of the week, which is Arrow versus The Flash. Which one is the better show? So we're gonna be debating that. Of course, I'm Team Arrow, and he's Team Flash. All right, he's Barry Allen. I'm Oliver Queen. All right. He's Caitlin Snow, and I'm. Let's go.
Go your opening argument.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
You go.
No, I want to hear you first.
You sure?
I went first last time.
Okay.
You go first.
All right. I just want to make sure you don't. All right. All right. Because he has a contract. He can't give up this time. All right. So don't break your contract. All right. Prepared some notes here. All right. What defines? I'm kidding.
It's like,
Arrow is, I think, the better show, and I believe it's a better show because it has been more consistent over the course of its 5-season run. Now, while yes, the 4th season wasn't the best, it still had good storytelling overall, and the characters evolved during that season. While a show like The Flash, the characters have evolved none. Barry Allen is still the same guy he was at the beginning of the show, whiny, complaintive, and really not even much of a hero because he really puts the entire world at danger every single freaking season. Oliver at least tries to save people. Barry continues to be selfish and put people in danger because of his own wants and needs. It's and I think Arrow has better villains. It has better secondary characters. It has more long-lasting characters. I think that the production of Arrow is done a lot better. The fight scenes are a lot better because The Flash, unfortunately, because it has such a small budget, the fight scenes on The Flash are usually pretty bad looking. But of course, once again, it's not necessarily their fault because they have a smaller budget. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, I'll leave that for my own argument. But yeah, I think Arrow is a better show just because it's been more consistent over its entire run.
All right. So for The Flash, I somewhat agree with you about Barry, but I think recently he's been getting a lot better. Like in the most recent episodes, like with the Abracadabra, he had to make a good choice, and he made the right choice. I think that now, yes, I do agree with you that it took so long, but I think now that he is growing slowly but surely, I think that The Flash does have a very good, solid. Like the first season was a great season. It had one of the best opening seasons, to a show ever, and I think that over time, their chemistry has been growing, like all the Team Flash, as a group. I think that over time the villains they've been interesting. I'll give them that. They haven't been rock solid, but they've been really cool. Like Reverse Flash was awesome. They did the twist, where it was actually, Reverse Flash posing as Harrison Wells. That was a great first twist. And then Zoom was great, and now Savitar has been great as well. We're excited to find out who he is. So the villains have been okay. And I think recently the show has gotten a little bit slower. Like they have problems building up to it, but I think that it's a better show than Arrow because for one reason, Arrow can't decide who to kill and who to resurrect and stay alive and stuff because Laurel has been resurrected more times than I can count, and so has her sister. I think
Laurel's never been resurrected.
Quentin Lance, his family just likes to be dead and then alive, and it's a little confusing. And then Felicity is just, apparently betraying everyone now. And after Oliver has done so much for her. I just think that, in the end, The Flash is a much more solid show in its chemistry as a team. Because they're supposed to be, together and stuff. And then, I don't know. I just think it's a better show overall.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Laurel's never been resurrected. She died and she stayed dead. I think you were meaning Sarah. Is that who you were talking about?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. I mean, if you want to talk about repeating storylines, this whole Snow White thing with Caitlin Snow has
they
been
resurrected
ridiculous.
her, and then they didn't even keep her on the show. They like resurrected her, and they're like, all right, you go to Legends of Tomorrow. We don't want you anymore.
Yeah, because they wanted to give her own show because she was a huge fan favorite.
Yeah, I know. But
no one on the Flash is a fan favorite.
I feel like
except for freaking
Cisco is. Yeah, everybody likes Cisco and Caitlin Snow.
Because they have their own show. Yeah, they do. They really do. Even Adam Man from Arrow got his own darn show because he's on Legends as well. Okay, people liked him more.
Well, it's not. I wouldn't consider it as their own show because they became a team of their own. It's not like.
Well, they got to be the boardwalk.
Anyway, the point is, I think what's really cool about both of our shows is that they actually have the guts to cross over. I think that is one thing that's cool about both of them. That but I still think that.
Let's talk about your first season for a second.
All right.
I will give you the first season is a good season, but the first season of Arrow is better. It has better storytelling, and it is the first season of The Flash is very repetitive. It's basically, all right, villain of the week, this guy. Next episode, oh, there's another guy. This episode, oh, there's another guy. Gorilla Grodd is wasted in the first season.
And he may be, yes. But they had to introduce all of the Flashes, because the Flash has a lot of different villains, And they have worked together in the past. I know, but they had, for the first season, they wanted to introduce everyone to you. Be like, don't worry, we are going to have these people in the show, And then they had the great Harrison Wells, how he turned bad and from the first to second season. It was a great start for the show, because they wanted to say, they wanted to show that they were going to have these people in the show, and you say that it was like they were wasted, and I guess Grodd may be wasted, but then they brought him back, to make him a great villain later in the show. They just
should have had the entire season to himself. He should not be. He next to First Flash is Flash's arch nemesis. Why does he not have his own season? He gets to be a secondary character, just appear up every few.
And the part about Arrow that confuses me is apparently he's trained by Ra's al Ghul, right? And he's fighting him and stuff. Yeah, and then the next season, or whenever, I don't even remember when it was, he's fighting Malcolm Merlyn and having trouble defeating Malcolm Merlyn.
He destroys Malcolm Merlyn in season 4. The fight lasts 30 seconds.
But at one time, he fights Malcolm Merlyn, and he's having trouble with him.
I want to know when. What scene was that?
I don't remember which
I've seen the freaking episode. That would never happen.
Because you yourself were like, he's trained by Ra's al Ghul. How is this?
I never said that. You said that when he fought Damien Dark, and I had to explain to you. Ra's al Ghul explained in the third season that Damien Dark actually apparently beat him in a fight. That's why Damien Dark was so strong. And he had magic on his side, so what are you going to do against that?
Yeah, that's true. Magic is
apparently hard to beat, especially when you only have bow and arrows.
But science!
Yeah, the Flash. Yeah, its science is so great. Okay, I mean, let's talk about the first season. The finale is so ridiculous. He fights the Reverse Flash and he doesn't even win. So you're telling me our hero, who we've been rooting for, gets his behind kicked? The only reason he doesn't die is because
he's the fastest man alive.
Apparently not. Apparently not. Every freaking guy that comes along, even Wally is faster than Barry. Even Wally. Apparently, even the female Flash from Earth 17 or some bullcrap is faster than Barry. Are you kidding me? I was like, what? He's literally the slowest speedster. Okay.
But he has the biggest heart.
Yeah, it doesn't do. Apparently not. Apparently not. Wow. Oh, his mother's so important to him. He has to freaking put the entire world in jeopardy.
Well, they
to
had
save
to do something to bring Flashpoint.
Not that stupidly. Make it be by accident or something. He's just like, after 2 full seasons, he's just like, screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do what why? Why waste so much time in the first season to just do it again anyway in the second season? The whole first season is him building up to go back and save his mother. Then he finally said, you know what? I shouldn't do it. And then for no reason, he's just like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And a whole season later, like, what the freak is that? What kind of storytelling is that? And then the Flashpoint lasted for all about 1 episode, by the way. So that was real entertaining. And like, okay, everything's just back to normal. Who the heck cares if Diggle's kid is a different freaking gender now? No one even knew his kid in the first darn place. I forgot Diggle even had a kid.
So did I.
Exactly. So it's not like anyone even cared. Okay, let's compare Season 3 of Flash to Season 3 of Arrow. Season 3 of Arrow is amazing, with an amazing villain, great storytelling. That fight scene on the freaking snow cliff in Season 3, and the Episode 9, is one of the best episodes of Arrow ever. You tell me that was not amazing. Flash has not had an episode like that yet. Okay? Second season of Flash, which is awful. I did not like second season of Flash. Second season of Arrow is possibly the best season. Deathstroke. That entire storyline in Season 2 of Arrow is absolutely amazing. While the Reverse Flash, Zoom, I get them confused up because they're basically they seem like the exact same person to me. What's the difference between the two of
them? Reverse Flash is in a yellow suit.
Oh, they look different. Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah. Well, if you're colorblind, that doesn't really matter.
Well, I am, so there you go.
Well...
And Savitar, what is it? What can you explain to me what Savitar even is?
He's a knight in shining armor that is really fast.
We're nearly 20 episodes in. And there has been no explanation for his character whatsoever.
They were building up for it. Now they're going to show you everything, and Barry's going to be like, what?
We have 4 episodes left, though. We have 4 episodes left.
4 great ones.
I was like, I don't even know who the villain is for this show anymore. Prometheus has been built up since the first episode. That's how you build up a villain. Malcolm Merlin was built up from the first episode. Deathstroke was built up from the first season. Deathstroke had 2 seasons to get built up. That's how great he was. Ra's al Ghul was built up from the second season as well. Damien Dark, well, yes, his villain wasn't the best. He was still built up from the first episode of the season 4, at least. At least he was built up better. What is it with this whole keeping the villain a secret on The Flash? Why do it's like, oh, I'm not going to reveal to you who it is until like episode 22?
It's Scooby-Doo, you know? They build up the suspense, you know, and they're like, all right, just tell it who it is and tell us who it is. And you're like, no, we gotta find out how to defeat him first.
The thing that I don't like about that was a good line, by the way, was that when you hide the identity of a villain, it takes, like, because then you're not able to concentrate on him as a villain because you're just constantly worried about, I wonder who he is. Like, it takes away from it. It's like a magic trick. Like when someone does a magic trick, you're like, I want to know how that's done. So it's like you're not even paying attention about how cool it is. You're just like, I just want to know how it's done, and you become obsessed with it. But once you finally know, you're like, oh, okay, that's actually really cool. You can appreciate it more once you know how it's done. It's the same thing with a villain. You're like, I could appreciate him more and understand him more if I knew who the heck he was. But putting up the suspense is really just making me irritated at this point. And we're at episode freaking 20 this week. Why is he not, or 19 or 21 to 2, why has he not been even at least close to being revealed yet? I was like, man, that is insane. Like, they really like this whole keeping the villain secret for some reason. I don't know why this is Scooby-Doo. I thought this was supposed to be The Flash. And let's talk about the crossover this year with the Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl. Now, the Flash's crossover, yeah, it was cool because it had Green Arrow and the Flash versus every other member of the entire team. That was pretty cool. Okay, but episode 100 of Arrow was one of the best episodes of all time. Are you telling me I'm wrong?
No.
It had everything that the whole show needed for its 100th episode. It brought back characters that were dead. Tommy Merlin was freaking there. I was like, holy crap! Haven't seen that dude since season 1. That's nice. His mother was back. His dad was back. Deathstroke even had a little cameo. Malcolm Merlin and even Damien Dark, they had cameos. Laura was back for one episode. I liked that. I wanted to see her one more time. It was so emotional and it was so well told. It was great. Do you disagree?
No.
Thank you. That's a good argument. Let's talk about the premiere of season 2 for The Flash, because
what about it?
I think that's the worst episode of The Flash ever. That episode where Edge, the WWE superstar, former, plays what the freak was that guy's name again? He just gets bigger for some reason, and then he dies at the end for some reason. We watched that together, and I was like, what the freak is even going on? I was like, what? I don't even remember his name. But Edge, a WWE superstar, was playing him. For some reason, Edge isn't even really an actor, but for some reason he was just like, sure, I'll do that, because we just need someone to be the villain for this one.
That's what I don't understand, because somehow Edge just dies in one episode, but then Cody Rhodes is on your show, but he does great.
Show, and he does pretty good.
You win. I gave it a shot.
What happened to not giving up?
I didn't give up. You just won.
All right, fair enough.
I gave it a shot. Right. I did.
All right, fair enough. Good debate though. You did good. Give me
better
a
than last week.
Yeah, better than last
2 weeks ago.
Because you didn't even argue that time. But
our next open segment, which is a lot more fun.
I enjoyed that argument, but all right, yes, good job. We're gonna go to the open segment.
Now, this is new. I'll let Trayvon explain it to you because he's better at explaining things.
Okay, we're gonna play a game called Movie Chain, and basically it's like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I don't know what that means, but that's just what they all say. Anyway, basically we have 5 random names here of actors, okay, that we both written down earlier, and basically we're gonna pull one out, and we have to say a movie that actor was in, and then say another actor that was in that movie. Like, here's an example. You say Kevin Bacon. Okay?
Kevin Bacon in...
yeah. You tell me Kevin Bacon.
The Darkness with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, you tell me Kevin Bacon. How about that?
All right, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon was in X-Men First Class with James McAvoy.
James McAvoy was in Split with Bruce Willis.
There you go. That's how we do it. So we have to name an actor that was in that movie, and then we have to see how many we can name within a certain amount of time. We're going to give each other 60 seconds.
Now, I'm going to warn you, I'm very bad at this game because I have a horrible memory. So, but just to give myself a little bit of defensiveness. But I What's our record, like 13 or something?
Yeah,
like
we've
that?
done like 13 in 1 minute. So we're going to give ourselves 1 minute to do it.
All right.
I'm excited for this. Are you ready, Ben?
I'm ready.
All right, so I'm going to got these 5 names.
Rustle up. Here, let me pick.
All right, got 5 names here.
This one.
Okay, and I'll start off.
All right.
Who
You
we
ready?
got? Yeah.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine, and let's go. Chris Pine is in Star Trek Into Darkness with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in Doctor Strange with Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams is in The Notebook with Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling is in La La Land with Emma Stone.
Emma Stone is in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield is in Hacksaw Ridge with Vince Vaughn.
What? Vince Vaughn is in. Oh dear. Why? I don't freaking watch Vince Vaughn movies.
No one does.
The couples retreat with Jason Bateman. There you go.
Jason Bateman is in Horrible Bosses with Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston is in The Bounty Hunter with Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler is in London Has Fallen with.
Okay, stop. All right, we got about 10. We got about 10.
I
Let's say 10,
screwed you with
It's
Vince
fine.
Vaughn.
It's fine. I've never seen a Vince Vaughn movie.
But I saved you with Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, good.
All right, so that was the first one.
Okay,
All right,
so-
your turn.
All right.
See, we're not junk at this.
Yeah,
point.
we're not terrible. Not terrible. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. I remember who I wrote down, so this is exciting. Okay, so you're gonna start with this one. Margot Robbie.
Oh boy.
We go 1 minute and go.
Margot Robbie was in Suicide Squad with Will Smith.
Will Smith was in After Earth with Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith was in Karate Kid with Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan was in Rush Hour with Chris Tucker. What are you doing?
I'm laughing too hard.
Do you love Chris Tucker?
I do?
Yeah.
I don't know any of his movies.
Hey man, we've seen a film not that long ago with him in it. Come on, it's a classic.
Can't breathe.
It's a classic.
It is?
Yes.
What is it?
What?
Oh, Chris Tucker is in Friday with Ice Cube.
There you go.
Freak me.
Ice Cube
I'm
is
killing
in
myself.
22 Jump Street with Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum is in Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
You can't say movie that's come out yet.
Ice Cube is in Ride Along with Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's in Central Intelligence with The Rock.
The Rock is in San Andreas with Alexander Daddario.
Alexander Daddario's in the Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, whatever, with Logan Lerman.
Oh no, Logan Lerman.
We got 9.
Stop. Don't breathe with Steve Blank. Oh,
he's not.
Oh, he's not. You're right.
That's freaking that weird looking guy.
Same difference.
All right, we got 9 that time. We did those good, but someone got stuck up on Chris Tucker.
Don't hurt me.
You love Chris Tucker.
I do.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
There you go.
All right.
All right, you can.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Your actor to start with is Dominic Toretto.
Okay. Vin Diesel's in The Fate of the Furious with The Rock.
Sorry. The Rock is in San Andreas with Alexander Daddario.
Alexander Daddario is in Percy Jackson with Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman is in another movie that I haven't seen.
What? Come on. It's one of my favorite movies. You've seen it.
Perks of Being a Wallflower. Emma Watson.
There you go. Emma Watson's in Beauty and the Beast with Ewan McGregor. Ian McGregor, rather.
What? Ewan McGregor is in Star Wars with James Earl Jones.
No, he's not. What the frick?
Fine, Mark Hamill.
What? Name someone from the prequels.
I don't know. Ow! Liam Neeson.
Okay. Liam Neeson is in. Freak me. He's in Run All Night with Common. I don't know why I did. He's a black actor. Just go.
Common's in 8 Mile with Eminem.
Oh, freak. Okay, we did bad that one. We did bad that one. Okay, we did bad that time. I'll admit that one. You go ahead and pick that one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll try to do better. I'm sorry. I don't know why I picked that.
Morgan Freeman.
What? Who wrote that one down? I didn't do that one. Okay, freak. Morgan Freeman's in The Dark Knight Rises with Christian Bale.
Christian Bale's in The Dark Knight with Michael Caine.
What? Michael Caine is in The Kingsman: The Secret Service with Samuel Jackson.
I can't breathe.
Samuel
Jackson is in Unbreakable with Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is in Die Hard with Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman is in Harry Potter with Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe is in. Oh, I almost cursed you there. In Swiss Army Man with Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead is in 10 Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman.
John Goodman is in Kong Skull Island with Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston is in Thor: The Dark World with Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth in Age of Ultron with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is in Captain America with Tommy Lee Jones. Sorry, I'm dying.
Tommy Lee Jones is in Men in Black 2 with Will Smith.
Will Smith is in The Pursuit of Happiness with Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith's in After Earth with wait, I can't say Will Smith again. we got 10 again. We got 10.
I almost died now.
It's okay. It's okay.
I started choking on this.
We're gonna get past 10. We're gonna get 11 this time.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
The last one. We gotta give
right.
tip.
Ah! Ah! Sorry.
Right?
Sorry. The paper scared me.
What is it?
Alicia Vikander.
Who?
Alicia Vikander.
Who?
You don't know who that is?
Who? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know who that is.
Go!
Oh, you want Alicia Vikander is in Jason Bourne with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon's in The Martian with Jessica Chastain. This is already over, isn't it? God dang it. Why did I pick freaking...
I can't breathe.
Go! Just go!
Chastain is in...
She's in movies.
She is. You're right, but I don't know.
Fake. Okay. Wait, let's start over. Wait, I'm calling a restart. I'm calling a restart. All right, we'll start over. We'll start with Alicia Vikander again. Okay.
All right, is in what is that movie called? No, Ex Machina with Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac is in. Oscar Isaac is in The Force Awakens with Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford is in Indiana Jones with Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is in The Rock with Nicolas Cage. You gave me Sean Connery.
I know. Sean Connery. I mean, Nicolas Cage is in Ghost Rider with Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's in
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with...
You can't name a character.
Nicolas Cage is in Left Behind with Jesus.
And this is already over.
Yep.
We're going to start again.
No,
we're going to give it again. We're going to do it again.
Right.
And you're going to do it right.
Best of 3.
Best of 3. Alicia Vikander, go.
Alicia Vikander is in Jason Bourne with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon is in The Martian with Michael Pena.
Michael Pena is in Ant-Man with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd is in The Perks of Being a Wallflower with Emma Watson.
Emma Watson is in Harry Potter with Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe is in Victor Frankenstein with James McAvoy.
James McAvoy is in Split with Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is in G.I. Joe Retaliation with The Rock.
The Rock is in San Andreas with Alexander Daddario.
Alexander Daddario is in True Detective with... Wait, that's a TV show. Frick. Is in Percy Jackson with Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman is in Perks of Being a Wallflower with...
You got him. You got him.
Oh my god. Ezra Miller!
There you go. Ezra Miller is in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer
It's 11.
is in... No, that movie hasn't come out yet.
I probably gave you a bad one.
I was going to say Snatched, but that doesn't.
Alright.
We got 11. We did
We
it.
got 11. Alright. Pretty good.
As you can see, I am trash at that game.
You're good. You're good. We did good. We did good. Alright, so I want to try one time before we end this, before we say goodbye. I want to try it by myself. So you give me an actor.
Alright, I got this. You guys ready?
Let me get ready. Okay. Oh, God. Alright. Ready?
Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Give it to me.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is in Guardians of the Galaxy with Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana is in Avatar with Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington is in... oh, freak. I backed myself into a corner there. Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale. Christian Bale is in The Dark Knight Rises with Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is in The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio is in Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is in Toy Story 3. What did I just do with Tim Allen? Tim Allen is in Santa Claus 3 with... Okay, it's over.
There's a third Santa Claus?
God dang it. Why did I say freaking Toy
8?
Story?
No. 8. It's not horrible.
Okay, wait. I'm going to try one more time. I screwed myself. Just
right.
one more time.
I'll give you a new one.
Okay. One more time. I don't know why I said Tim Allen. I'm stupid.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is in The Expendables with Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone is in Creed with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan is in The Fantastic Four with Miles Teller. Miles Teller is in Spectacular Now with Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley is in Divergent with Macaulay Pfeiffer. Macaulay Pfeiffer is in This Christmas with Columbus Short. Columbus Short is in Stomp the Yard with Megan Good. Megan Good is in Friday with Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is in Rush Hour with Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is in Shanghai Noon with Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson is in No Escape with Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan is in that one romantic film that he's in Die Another Day with Halle Berry. Halle Berry is in Monsters Ball with Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton is in Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is in Transformers with Megan Fox. Megan Fox is in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Stephen freaking Amell. Yes! Yeah, that's how we go.
Yeah, 18.
Yes, baby, that is work.
All right, guys. I hope you liked this week's episode 6.
Yes, good episode.
As always,
Thank
keep
you guys
watching,
so much for watching.
Keep listening, and we will keep talking.
Thank you guys so much.
Have a good week, guys.